So I'm on the road again for work, down to Starbridge today. It's July the 4th, general election day here in the UK. Seems to be every corner I turn round there's a polling booth. It's actually one on my street this morning when I got up. The sheds that's down our street was actually our polling station, so I didn't have to walk far today. So what I wanted to get off my chest today was thinking about what I do with my house when we go travelling. Due to retire fairly soon, myself and my wife, and we're committed to spending some time on the road, a year, maybe a couple of years. First year around the UK, the second year possibly around Asia. So they're the high level plans at the moment. Now, we've got a home that we need to think about what we're going to do with it. So the way I see it at the moment is there's three main options. So we can sell the house, and current market price, once you've taken all the fees and stamp duty and all that kind of stuff away, we'd be increasing our pension pot by £450,000, which if you invest that then at about conservative 6% per year, we'd be looking at £2,250 per month as an extra income towards our travels. Option two would be to rent the property out. Now it's a 5-bedroom property, quite a nice area. I think we would probably achieve around £2,000 mark after we had paid the agency fees and put some money aside for repairs, that kind of thing. So slightly less than the £2,250 for an investment. And the third option would be to actually rent the rooms out under the UK's rent-a-room scheme. 5 bedrooms there. We'd retain one for ourselves, obviously, because we're not going away forever. And the other 4 we would let out. Now, the rent-a-room scheme where I live at the moment for the property, very much like ours, would bring in about £600 per room. Now, if we were going to do that, we would need we'd need someone from the family, one of the kids, to actually stay at home and be one of the rent-a-roomers, as it were. So once we take off the rent for them guys, we're left with 3 rooms, and that means we would be looking at £1,800 a month. So £2,250, £2,000 or £800 a month are the 3 different amounts that we would have to play with to add to our kind of travel budget, which is great, really. And I suppose where the kids' preferences are will lead us in that direction. So if one of them decides to stay at home and says, oh, by the way, I've got 3 friends who want to rent a room and come and live in this house, then that would be ideal, wouldn't it? Because you'd have almost back at university days for them, where there'd be 4 of them sharing a house, and we'd be getting some income from the property, so that would be fantastic. And that would really boost our budget for travel and give us a bit more freedom about not just where in the world we wanted to go to, but how we're going to get there as well. So we've currently set ourselves a budget of £4,000 per month. That's our pensions. That wouldn't take into account any income from the property. So that does limit us, really. So we'd be looking at long cruises with repositioning type cruises, which are typically less than half price of a normal cruise to get to a destination. They're typically one way as well, whereas if we did have that extra £2,000 added in, we could potentially do it in a bit more style, really. So we could either fly there, or we could get a regular style cruise, which would have more stops and more interest for us. So they're the kind of things we're battling with. I don't know if any of you guys out there have done the rent-a-room, or decided to rent the property, or sold the property and invested the money. Let us know if you have, and how you found it, because we really can't decide which route we're going to go down at the moment. just in Kidderminster at the moment. So I'm not too far away now. I think I'm only a mile away from the office that I need to be in Starbridge. So I'll wrap it up there, and I'll catch you guys later. I just had another thought actually about one of the downsides of selling, because I would achieve extra money by investing in the house. By taking the money from the sale of the house and then investing that. We talked, I said 2,250 compared to 2,000 to rent it, or 1,800 to rent a room. But that would leave us in a position when we finished, after a year or 2 years coming back to the UK, that we would need to buy again. And I've got a nephew at the moment who's trying to buy his first home, and the amount of time it's taken is absolutely ridiculous. So I would worry in that instance, because we definitely will be returning to the UK. Well, I can't see us going off for kind of 5 or 10 years on our travels. I think we're more likely to do 2, up to 3, 4 possibly. Beyond that, I really don't think we will be away from the country. And coming back and buying a new house, I'm guessing, can be really difficult. Though I suppose what we could do is come back into the UK and rent for a while whilst we find a property. That would be achievable, I suppose. Right, here is my gate to get into the office, so I am going to disappear this time. Thanks.